why Bitcoin goes to 100k. I'm going to make it super simple. I'm going to use a nice, easy analogy so everyone can follow. You can understand this stuff. You can tell your friends, you can tell your family, and you can act accordingly, okay? And give yourself more time. And you know, our motto on the channel: retire early, get the stuff right, educate yourself, and you will get to retire early. We've seen it happen, and it's sort of what we teach. So, if that sounds good, give the like button a nice little press, get your daily exercise in. It's early morning here, just out for a walk. Life's good. So, scarcity and value are really closely related, okay, when it comes to money and financial assets and financial instruments, okay? And all that means is, in really basic terms, and this is Dini thinking, so Dini science, I call this just means first principles, okay? And that means majoring in the majors. Most people major in the minors, and that's why they get nowhere, because they're thinking 70 steps ahead of something that could go wrong or might go wrong, and that's the reason why they do nothing and they don't get all the big, they don't knock down big dominoes, okay? So all businesses are looking for scarcity. All financial assets are looking for scarcity, whether it's a pension, whether you're investing in precious metals, whether you're investing in cryptocurrencies, whether you're investing in businesses, stock markets, bonds, okay? You're just looking for scarcity, okay? And it's either artificial manufactured scarcity or it's actual true scarcity. It doesn't really matter, both can get the job done, okay? Happy days. So, imagine this. I need a haircut today, guys. Look ahead of me. Don't know if I'll get time. Okay, but I'm going to go to the barbers. In Rush, the town I live, there's 4 barbers. Okay, so I have an option of 4 places to go and get my haircut. So all those 4 businesses in Rush are sort of fighting for my business. So they're in price competition, trying to make their prices cheaper to see who I'll go to. Okay? And imagine the whole town of Rush is more or less the same. Let's say none of us are going to leave the town to get our haircut. So we've 4 barbershops in Rush for all of us people who live in Rush to choose from. Okay, we've Vinny's, we've Alex, Vinny, Alex, Warren's, and I don't know what the 4 lads is called. So we've an option. I've an option of 4 businesses. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that Vinny and Alex wake up in the morning and they go, you know what? Feck this. Let's get rid of 2 of these barbershops. Okay? I'm sick of these lads coming into it and taking my business. So they pull out the shotguns and they head down and they go into Warren's. Warren, you shut up that barbershop and don't you open again. And they go into, hold on there now, I don't have the queue, I'm walking. Sorry. So they shut up the barbershop, sorry, it's gone by the bin right now. So they go into the 2 other barbershops and say, you open again tomorrow, you're a dead man. Okay, and they put it out there on social media, pictures of them with the guns and all. You know, this is an analogy, it's a joke. Don't take it seriously, okay? Don't try this at home. You'll probably end up in a cell. Alright? But suddenly then 2 of the barbershops have to close and there's only 2 barbershops in Rush. Now I only have a choice of 2 places to go and get my hair cut. What happens to those businesses? Are they more or less valuable, the 2 remaining ones? So, Vinny's business and Alex's business, well, they're worth a hell of a lot more because we've the same amount of people are looking to get their hair cut. Alright, but now we've only a choice of 2 places to go. So their businesses become more valuable. Okay, you getting this? What happens one day if Alex decides, you know what, check this, that move was good, I'm going to head around to the Vinny's with the shotgun and get rid of him. And he goes around and he takes Vinny out. So now there's only 1 business in Rush, only 1 place to get your haircut, only 1 option. What happens to the price, the value of that business, the turnover of that business? Okay, is it worth more? Of course it's worth more, because we still have the same amount of people in Rush, all looking for their haircut, but we only have 1 option, 1 place to go. Okay? So, you know, if you're a rational thinking person, you can understand that. Yeah, that just makes sense to you. That makes sense. It's crazy, but it makes sense. But I can rationale the analogy. Okay, so that's how Bitcoin actually works. In that it's got this built-in building scarcity mechanism into it. Every 4 years, the supply gets cut in half. So if you have a fixed amount of people all looking for the same units of Bitcoin, and you have less every 4 years, it makes them all more valuable, okay, with the scarcity element to it. And if we walk this through with, if we walk this through down with the Bitcoin halving, and let me explain that to you, okay, because you don't need to have a degree in economics. In fact, if you have a degree in economics, it's highly likely that you can't understand Bitcoin because you've been brainwashed into a fiat system thinking that inflation is good, which means theft is good. How does that build a society built on theft? You know, from Jeff Booth, it's like, it's evident. Look around. Look at the world we have. What about a society that's not built on theft? Check out El Salvador. Crime is down 99%. Murders are down 99%. So this is a society now that's not based on theft. It's built on Bitcoin, which is a sound money system where your money's not stolen every year through the silent tax of inflation, so you can build for your future. Okay? But anyway, I digress. I won't go too far into that. Okay? But at the moment, there's 6 Bitcoins created every 10 minutes. 6 Bitcoins and the market absorbs them. If the demand for Bitcoin remains the same, constant demand, okay, well, this time next year, Bitcoin will halve. It'll go through a halving cycle. It'll be its fourth. All the previous halving cycles have caused parabolic price movement. That means the price has gone up a lot. And, you know, if you're new to the space, you've probably missed out on that and you think it's too late and you just don't understand Bitcoin. And my job is to teach you. And if you want to learn, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you comment. And social media will show you more of these videos. Okay? So this time next year, there's only 3 Bitcoins created every 10 minutes. And that's like the shotgun analogy. Someone has gone around and go, no more Bitcoin, baby. Okay? So Bitcoin becomes more scarce. So if the demand for Bitcoin, say, is the same, and the supply of it is cut in half, well, it's really basic economics, guys. It is impossible. The price cannot stay as it is. The price must correct higher, okay? Because when you've less of something, the price of everything is found by the demand and the supply. Okay, that's what the price of everything is found on. And you know, in most things in our world, and everything other than Bitcoin, as the demand goes up, the supply can go up. But with Bitcoin, it's the only thing on our planet. This is why us as Bitcoiners who's done a lot of digging into this thing are so like, guys, you've got to pay attention to this thing. This is the first thing ever on planet Earth that when the demand goes up, the supply cannot go up. We've never had anything like that before. Okay? This is what you pay attention to. Not newspaper clickbait headlines. Just facts, okay? So, next year, we've 3 Bitcoins for sale. And if the demand remains the same as it is today, well, the price has to correct higher. Okay, but we don't have that. Okay, we don't have that. It's better. Bitcoin is rising demand. So we have this golden cross scenario where we have, and what that means is people who are choosing to own Bitcoin. Why would you choose to own Bitcoin? Really short little divergence. Because you want to save your money on scarce things. Okay? You should have your money in scarcity. That's where you can retain your value. Property used to be scarce. You know, and that was the asset of choice for most of my generation and generations ahead of me. You know, it's once you get ahead and you get your own property, well, get another one. Get an investment property. That's how you get ahead. And that's just because it's hard to build a house. It takes time. We have housing shortage, blah, 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 blah. Okay? But it's artificial scarcity. It's not really truly scarce because you can always build more. You can always make more houses. It just takes time. So that's why you would choose to own Bitcoin, because it's the scarcest thing, and money trends towards the scarcest good. Morning, Sean. So that's why you would choose to own Bitcoin. Obviously, there's much more nuance to that, and we can get into that with other videos. Okay, so we've increasing demand, which means every day more and more individuals like you are looking around. They're seeing inflation. They're seeing their governments get greedier and greedier, and the politicians want more and more of their money, more and more taxes, and they're going, like, how do I stay ahead here? I used to think, like, my savings, my 10 grand was a nice few quid. Now it buys me feck all. I can't barely get a holiday out of it. I used to think if I was a millionaire, I was rich and I could retire. Now, feckin' million's nothing. A million doesn't even get you a house and a car in Dublin. You know, so it's like the game's changed. How do I get ahead? Well, they've removed the scarcity from your money. That's why your money is worthless. And I don't mean worthless, I mean worth less. It's worth less every year. So you're incentivized to find something that's going to be worth more every year. And the whole world is coming to that conclusion. Oh, here's my lift. Better wrap it up. The whole world's coming to that conclusion. Howdy. I'll have to leg it here now, lads. Mom, in, Molly. The whole world's coming to that conclusion. And so basically, the demand for Bitcoin is increasing. See, if there's the supply going down, like the barbershop analogy, there's less and less of them all the time. Okay? But unlike the barbershop analogy where it's illegal to go around with a shotgun and take businesses out and more businesses will just pop up with Bitcoin, no one can change the fact that there's only 21 million and no one can make more of it, and the demand's going up accordingly. Educate yourself.